One simple step to get fit at 50 plus. There's so many programs and ideas out there for 50 plusers to get fitter, you just don't know where to start. So I decided to research my archives of training programs and stories of successes people I've trained over the many decades to find that one common theme. What's the underlying issue? What was the key that successful people discovered to build and maintain a fitter body? And what do I use myself at my advanced age? Hi, I'm Kevin, your 70 plus host for Loving 50 Plus. Everyone wants to be fitter and healthier with tons of energy. But at 50, 60, and 70 plus, it doesn't just happen. Just like anything desirable in life, we have to work towards our goal. But it's like learning golf or pickleball or even ballroom dancing. It takes some effort on our parts. Now, whenever I would train people, we'd talk. Well, actually, they talk and I want to listen. I want to find their reasons for wanting to become fitter and what that actually means for them. Now, some folks, they just say, I want to lose scale weight. I guess that goes with the territory, but I really want to know why scale weight was an issue. A few would mention the generic stuff for clothes to fit better, or they'd bring up an ocean cruise or warm weather vacation. But I wanted a deeper answer because I wanted anything we did while training to carry over into their lives long term. Now, I looked it up and I remember Carol, who came to the health club with her friend, who was a regular who biked and did the elliptical for long, sweaty sessions. The friend enjoyed her cardio sessions, but I noticed Carol joined a friend a few times and she just stopped coming in. When I spoke with the friend, she says, Carol just wasn't into it. So, it bothered me a little bit, and after some thought, I gave Carol a quick call and offered to give her an orientation, an easy intro, and what else the health club had to offer. And so about a month later or so, Carol called, set up an appointment for an orientation. Now, health club orientations are usually a fitness assessment. You got to walk through the equipment, and good orientations include get started programs from a personal trainer. But that's a lot of info for the client at first. But I like to find out as much as I could about their why. Why did that person have the first thought about going to a health club? Why that person finally decided to actually go to the health club? And in this case, why did Carol call for an appointment, get dressed, and drive to the health club? It's not like going to the grocery store, you're there to get groceries. But going to the health club takes a big decision, a big why. Now, Carol and I started with a few easy laps around the track. I like to start that way for three reasons. One, the walk warms up the body a little. Two, the walking track went around the entire gym, so it gave an overview, of the different areas, the bike stepper area, the weight machine area, the aerobics class area, and, the free weight area. And three, and a very important part for me, it also provided an opportunity for me to listen and find out just a little bit about her why. Now, after all the years I know my why, I want to always be able to do whatever I want to do, stay as healthy with lots of energy as possible, and be there for my family. Now, initially, Carol came to the health club for the usual lose weight issue. She liked to dance, so she started doing, some of the cardio dance classes. And after a time, 3 times a week became, once again, once a week or so. I called her and again, we walked the track. What she mentioned was what a lot of us 50-plussers experience. She realized she spent the last 20 years or so with her children, a daily part of her life. Now her youngest had moved out, and she was like, now what? Well, having gone through that myself, I suggested the now what included reorientating yourself to enjoying the talking and the doing times with your children, but also opening your world to opportunities that you just never had time for. And we've even talked about that in past Loving 50 Plus episodes. But it turns out for Carol, her why involved being physically active, which she hadn't been for a long time. She wanted to do stuff. She wanted to be able to hike through the national parks. She wanted to join fun runs for charity in her hometown, play pickleball with her husband, and someday chase her grandkids around until they had to sit down tired and laughing. So her why prompted her so much that she still came to the aerobics dance classes, but she also strength trained 3 times a week, machines and free weights. Carol told me that made her feel powerful, able to do stuff. And that was how she discovered her answer to now what? Whatever she wanted. Now, thanks for watching our Loving 50 Plus episode. You know I appreciate you being here. And you're welcome to join us at Loving 50 Plus. And please click subscribe to keep us going. If you have a minute, leave a comment, and maybe even a thumbs up like would be nice. What you want for your body, for your life, is what Loving 50 Plus is all about. I'm Kevin, your host. See you in our next video, and please take care of yourself.